This was supposed to be my day off, but you guys have spammed me to oblivion because apparently Lehman Russ has been teased by Games Workshop. So let's look at this, let's go through this, let's talk about this because I think you guys have literally lost your minds. The foil has overtaken you in ways which is not good. But never say never. That's my motto over this channel. Maybe the foil is going to lead you somewhere. So for those people asking what the hell is going on, I'm going to put the image up in the background right now. This is from the official Warhammer 40,000 Facebook page. I've redacted names just in case people don't want their identity to be shown off on a random YouTube video, but I put like the actual responses from Warhammer 40,000 on there so you can see. So the first chap says, a bit meh in it. This is in regards to the big Christmas reveal of Huron Blackheart. A lot of people out there don't like the model. I can completely understand why, but that's a separate video for another time. And Warhammer 40,000 put back to that comment, that's not very festive, with like a kind of sad, depressed emoji face. And then another person replied to that Warhammer 40,000 comment and said, it's a nice model and all, but was really hoping for Russ. Our Loyalist Primarchs are really feeling outnumbered here. Which then, Warhammer 40,000 replied to that person, well, ... Let's see what 2026 has in store for us. And then someone replied to that comment from Warhammer 40,000 saying, did you just tease a Loyalist Primarch in 2026? Surprised, shocked, I don't know what you call it. Mouth open, Lemon's wife, emoji face, right? So a lot of people have seen that, and my inbox has been absolutely spammed now. Valrak, oh my god, Warhammer 40,000, there's going to be a brand new Loyalist Primarch returning. Is it going to be Russ? Do you know anything about Russ? Is it going to be happening? Is it going to be Vulcan? Is it going to be Dawn? Is it going to be Jagged Tycan? I'm like, whoa, bloody whoa. Let's just sit down and let's talk about this before we start to lose our bloody minds. Now, I don't want to come across as Grinch-rack, but I just want to try and look at this in the most logical limelight possible. And when it comes to Games Workshop replying on social media, they normally do this. They normally leave you with just a little bit of a tease, a little bit of what potentially could be coming, because they don't really know. From my experience, from people who I've spoke to who used to work at Games Workshop, the social media team, people like that, they don't know what's going on. The only really people that know what's really going on at Games Workshop are the people in the higher positions, like the people like the design team and stuff like that, because they're the ones who are working on their said models, and of course they're not allowed to speak about that to anyone in the company. Like, this is how daft it is at Games Workshop. Apparently, the Games Workshop team for, Warhammer 40,000 do not mix with, like, the Forge World team. They're kept in separate departments. You would have thought like they would have put all the designers in one room to bounce ideas off each other and stuff like that. But no, they keep them apart because apparently they just don't want them mixing. They don't want them to share ideas. I absolutely no idea. I'm sure there's something that GW think is a bad idea, but I can't think of it. If you can think of it, post it down below. But it's really, really weird at Games Workshop when it comes to, keeping information. Everything's like locked really down under lock and key. It's literally, you cannot share anything. So for them to come in and say, oh, let's see what's going on with 2020, I think it's more of just like banter, more like what if kind of thing at this point. But then again, never say never. It could happen. We could be getting another Loyalist Primarch returning to the setting. When you look at Warhammer 40,000 as it is now, what that comment said, the Primarchs are a bit outnumbered. But what I would argue is that before we get another Loyalist Primarch coming back into the setting, let's have Guilliman and the Lion actually meet up. Let's get that storyline set up, because what I don't want is a bunch of Primarchs returning and none of them are just connecting with each other. That's what's happened with the Chaos Primarchs, if I'm not mistaken. Since the return of the Chaos Primarchs into the setting, not one of the Chaos Primarchs have actually met each other. Fulgrim, Magnus, Mortarion, Angron. I don't think there's ever been a place where they both met up and said, all right, are we going to do this together? We're going to purge these together? No. So it's a bit insane at the moment when it comes to Primarchs. Yes, there's definitely hints at more Primarchs returning. One being Perch Rabo. He's mentioned a lot, not only in some of the rumors, some of the whispers, but also in the actual lore as well, with Vashdor, Iron Warriors getting upgrade kit and stuff. We've discussed this so many bloody times on the channel. It makes sense for Lorgar to come back in the current setting. It'd be a great dynamic, a great narrative for Lorgar to come back, to then mix with Guilliman to see what has happened over the past 10,000 years. That would be great. In the terms of Loyalist Primarchs, where could they go? Leman Russ is obviously a big choice for a lot of people want to see a kind of Odin Russ model. I'd take that. I'd be down for that. Vulcan is a great choice to bring back. Vulcan can't die. It's perpetual. You cannot bloody kill Vulcan. So Vulcan is out there somewhere doing some Vulcan-y things, whatever he's doing. He's probably being a farmer or something like that. Korax, if Lorgar comes back, it makes sense then for Korax to come back, because Korax is actively hunting Lorgar in the warp, in his Batman form, whatever you want to call it. Jagatai Khan, we know that they started to recruit people to do stories set in Armageddon, around the Dark City of the Dark Eldar and stuff like that, then the Webway and stuff. So potentially that could be leading to Jagatai Khan's return. That would make sense lore-wise, because Jagatai Khan doesn't want to do sick wheelies and purge anything that's in front of him. Rogal Dawn, of course, he potentially could come back. The one that we all really want, right? Crusader Dawn. Some people think he's dead, but those people are idiots, and you can't help idiots. Just ignore them, smile and wave. So there is so many Primarchs they could bring back. Do I think it's going to happen in 2026? Absolutely not. I'm sorry, I don't think it is. That's why I never mentioned in my 2026 hopes, predictions, rumor video that I put out the other day. We mentioned like the other range refreshes like Dark Eldar and all that type of stuff. What I do see though is 2026 they will bring another Primarch back, but I personally think it's going to be another traitor Primarch. And then what I think they're going to do is they're going to bring out the King in Yellow, whoever that is. I'm not going to get into spoilers in this video because I know some people are still reading that book, but that could be potentially a big faction to come out in 2026. That's my big want for 2026. Anyway, no, actually, not 2026. 11th edition. I keep saying 2026. No traitor Primarch in 2026. I meant to say 11th edition. Sorry, everyone, if I just led you on. 11th edition, they will bring another traitor Primarch back, right? Maybe not 2026, but they will be in 11th edition. So we've got another 3.5 years for that to happen. Anyway, please stop spamming me with this. I've addressed it now. Do I think it's going to happen? No. Does that mean it's not going to happen? No, right? I am not the rumor messiah. All my whispers are all lies anyway. Just take it for what you want. If you want to believe, then believe, brothers, right? Believe in the Emperor. Believe that Rogal Dawn still bloody lives. See you in a bit. Have a great Saturday. I'm off to actually go rest. See ya and bye-bye.